Good day, all. Welcome back into the EscapePod for another EscapeBite. I'm Julie.
I'm Charity.
And if you've forgotten, EscapeBites are mini-sodes we started recently that bite into a bit of true crime. I usually come up with the topics for these, and my prompt for this one was just out of curiosity. So, is it, I don't know even what made me think of this, but is AI used more in committing crimes or solving them?
Interesting.
That was kind of the way I was thinking. So do you have thoughts?
Well, because humanity, I'm going to say in committing crimes.
I would probably guess that too,
Yeah.
at least at this point. So I will tell you a Google search of that question. Of course, didn't give me one easy answer because there probably isn't one easy answer. What I noticed is that about every other item on the list that was provided of sites and articles that popped up either had to do with AI's role in crime or AI usage in fighting crime. It went back and forth. So like every other one was kind of that way. So first.
So this is going to be a real, like, if we could watch it, battle of good versus evil.
Yeah, kind of.
We just keep doing search results and kind of have AI analyze it. Like, who's winning? Which way the scales are tipping?
Where does it go?
Yeah.
So first, what is AI, or artificial intelligence? So a study released by the Department of Homeland Security in 2024 defines it basically as the capability of computer systems to perform tasks simulating human intelligence. Sometimes I'm like, how intelligent are humans? Which is part of the problem, but neither here nor there. That's sidebar, using math and logic to mimic human reasoning, learning, and decision-making. Generative AI, which actually, I will say, I'd heard that term 100 times, right? And didn't know probably exactly what it meant, but it is technology that can create new, varying types of content from text to imagery to audio and synthetic data, as defined in that same DHS report. So among the report's key findings is that AI advancements are enabling criminal actors to pursue a wide range of crimes faster and more efficiently. Yes, it should scare you. It does scare me. It also says AI helps less skilled criminals by filling knowledge gaps. So that makes you feel better. So they don't know a foreign language well. No problem. AI can help you with that. So the report says, quote, AI technology is evolving quickly, making new kinds of crime possible and transforming old ones. Text generating tools, realistic AI generated image creation, and voice cloning are the key capabilities bad actors are applying to crimes ranging from fraud to child exploitation. And the report's authors assessed
Here come the retina scans.
Right. The report's authors assessed that children and the elderly are especially at risk of being targets.
I imagine so.
Right?
Yep.
So, too, they say, are critical infrastructure and systems affecting numerous users. So, really, nobody's not a target, I would say. They say combating AI-related crime will require a multifaceted effort. No surprise there. So here's an example of how generative AI scammed a finance worker who was probably a pretty intelligent person out of a whole lot of money for his company. So CNN News reported on this in February 2024, as did other outlets, but theirs was pretty straightforward. The worker who got scammed was in Hong Kong. A few months later, it was revealed that the company the person worked for is a multinational engineering firm called Arup. Have you ever heard of Arup? Okay, they're based in Britain. So that firm, according to The Guardian, employs more than 18,000 people in multiple countries and was responsible for, among other well-known projects, the Sydney Opera House. And designing the bird's nest in Beijing, which was used during the 2008 Summer Olympics.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that is a real fun fact.
Yeah.
Not the other kind of...
The F fact.
Not an F fact. That's actually a fun fact. So Hong Kong police said that the criminals in this case used deepfake technology to pose as the company's chief financial officer in a video conference call.
They did it again. They wait till we're recording every flipping time, I swear. I'm going to have to send out Teams messages before we record and say, do not walk past the window well.
Freaks her out.
Lord have mercy. Okay, sorry.
It's okay. So the deepfake, posing as the company's chief financial officer in a video conference call. So the worker attends.
In a video call? I was expecting like a voicemail or something. A video call?
Uh-huh.
Holy crap.
People, this freaks me out. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my God.
The worker attends a video conference call thinking the others on the call are other staff members. But really,
Everybody's fake?
everyone is fake. Deepfake recreations, according to police. So this
How?
is why
How do you do that?
AI.
You pop them into a
Generative
Zoom?
AI. Yeah. So a police official said the worker was suspicious. So here's the thing.
Was it like
There were
Uncanny
little red
Valley?
flags, but this is, listen,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm blown away.
I was too. I was like, I don't know how I didn't hear about this, but I think in other parts of the world, it maybe was made a bigger deal
God.
of.
Oh my
But
God.
anyway, a police official said the worker was suspicious about a message he had received, supposedly from the company's chief financial officer in the UK, in part because the email talked about the need for a secret transaction to be carried out.
Using those words?
But he stopped doubting after the video call because he recognized the other people on the call.
Holy crap.
I'm putting people in air quotes. He recognized them as his colleagues who worked in other offices.
Oh, wow.
Thus, the person agreed to remit a total of $200 million in Hong Kong dollars to various accounts. And that is roughly $25.6 million in American money.
It's just money.
Eventually, Arup, sorry about that. Eventually, Arup came forward as being the company with the worker who was duped. They put out a statement saying, among other things, quote, our financial stability and business operations were not affected and none of our internal systems were compromised. As of late May of 2024, no arrests had been made. I will also say the company did a video. It's like 3.5 minutes, something like that. The chief financial officer is featured in the video and he talks about how it happened and just how cautious companies need to be. So it's in our show notes
That
as
is
well that you
so
could click on his
ballsy.
words and kind of get the story as well.
Just
But
wait. Fernando's going to have a blast when he figures that one out.
it made me think a little bit about Fernando. It
I
sure did.
think about my buddy Fernando a lot.
So that's pretty wild, huh?
Wow. That is bananas.
I'm like, this is why when people think
whole
all
room of
business
fake
should be
people.
done like online, like I appreciate like online banking. I also want to be able to call my bank
Yeah.
and talk to somebody.
Well, even that now, they can deep fake your damn voice and say,
It's true.
you know, like it's really, I think retina scans or fingerprinting, something.
All
It's gonna like, and I get so mad when like our tech guy, he's great, but he's like constantly have to change my password and
Yeah.
re-log in. But like it's
It's
becoming
security.
necessary, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when I was playing around? I don't remember which AI platform it was. I just wanted to see but it does like podcasts. And I'm like,
I do
Brad
remember
sent it to me,
this.
and I fed it a report, like an annual report for a grantor, and it just boop 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 and spits out, and there's a man and a woman talking with very
Very convincing
colloquialisms and the
voices.
whole thing, like and talking about things in the grant report that they interpreted it in a way that was really legit.
Yeah.
I'm going, and I'm like, Julie, you got to come hear this. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if we just give it our voices, we don't have to do anything. This would be great. No, I'm kidding. We'll
Yeah.
never be those people, but it was really creepy.
It's a little bit
I've got
wild.
to think though that the people I've seen, like, there's some advertisements out there that are the people are AI generated, and you can tell. KB was messing with one the other day because our external marketing firm said, "Oh, I got to try this," and she's like, "Let me show you what it does." And it is, there's that creep factor because it's very uncanny valley. And so I'm wondering, like, did they speak to this Zoom room or virtual meeting room? Was there just something slightly off? Because there's always something just slightly off. They're smiling a little too big, or their
But
eyes
if
are a
enough
little too
people
wide.
are on there, are you watching all the people? You know what I mean? Like
But think about,
and
oh,
some
I'm
people
just
are
blown
not.
away.
It's just their name, and it freaks.
And
me
the
out.
video, the cameras were on, so he could see people. They just weren't people.
They're
That
not real
is-
people.
Okay. And then I start going down this rabbit hole of you think about the data that entails, and all these people are doing that. Where the hell is all this stuff stored? Like, we're going to run out of server room. We're going to crash things. We don't have enough water on the planet to cool. Anyway, I'm going to stop now. I know my head's starting to hurt.
The rabbit hole is deep. Is deep.
I'm going to pop a thing here.
That's
are
going to
legal,
do
by the
it
way.
for this edition of our Escape Bites for this week.
Good job, you.
I've got her all freaked out. I freaked myself out a little bit with that story.
Yeah.
We're still real, even though you're watching us on a screen. I promise.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later.